gonna be Necro versus Mass. And we're starting on DM10, watching Necro out of the gate here with his laser gun at the ready. Uh-oh, is Mass, is he moving?
Because I moved by Necro not getting the rocket
He was standing like a creeper in the hallway for just a moment. Alright, but he's got Mega Pickup anyway, along with green armor and rockets. Very nice initial rocket, damn. It's making a lot of that LG very difficult to connect with. So this could be a relatively clean frag there initially for Mass.
It was an awkward start by Necro. I'm not sure if he had the opportunity to get the rocket launcher and get a good position on the Mega. Which is the ideal item to start on.
I certainly got the time for it. Mass is still going to be picking up an armor here. And even that one EB isn't enough to knock down that Mega. So it's going to be a big fight for this lower YA, YA that Mass is going to be able to pick up. And we still have a lot of rockets coming towards Mass, but Necro's still going to go down here. That leaves 10 seconds for this next Mega. Plenty of time for Mass to set up, but also a lot of time for him to telegraph that, yeah, it's Mega time. Does that mean that Necro has enough time to put together some weaponry to actually make this Mega hurt for Mass? We'll see. A little bit of LG. I'm not sure if that counts. Not so much. So Mass gets the pickup, and now he's gone back into hiding. If by hiding we mean picking up all the yellow armor, or almost picking it up. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, had to come in so far for that, but man, he's still able to take down Necro, or at least Necro is. But he ends up giving up a lot of stack for that fight. Once again, Warsaw brought to you by foopix.com. Go check it out. Mass picking up quite a bit of armor here. We have a YA steal by Necro. At this point, I'm calling everything he manages to get away with a steal. But 3 seconds until upper YA comes up. But Mass is a little bit more concerned about controlling the Mega Room, since that gives you an easy access to the YA. Man, the damage he's doing is pretty insane, but he's taking quite a bit as well. But man, 2 rockets plus an EB. Makes it very difficult for Necro to justify going plus forward against Mass here. Still spamming off as many rockets as he can on that yellow armor, and man, the fact that Mass hasn't been able to pick it up. Oh, one right in the noggin. Dropping Mass down to 26 health, and we have a lot of that health denied as well, so that'll bring it back up to 2 on, well, 0. That's certainly a good start. Mass now, without a whole lot to work with, but we have 3 seconds to Mega. If Necro doesn't have timing on it, he needs to be on top of it. Here comes the play for it, and that shot is just enough to keep him from hitting the ledge. Ouch. But as Mass is burning a lot of that Mega off himself. So 3 minutes left and only 2 frags here on DM10. A much slower game than the one we saw against Walmart. Oh, you think you're so cute? You're hiding. I see you. Actually, that worked out kind of well for Necro. He's still got the ED shot, uncontested. A little bit of LG and rockets is not quite enough to pair that off, and that's going to be Necro getting his first frag on the board. I'm going to keep my eye on Mass here, since Mega's going to be up and he's in a good position to decide either between upper YA or Mega, or go downstairs and die. That'll tie it back up 2 on 2. Now taking a look at Necro. Oof. He's actually maintaining some really damn good accuracy with that EB. He's been really consistent with all of his pot shots there. Nice. That's enough damage to make him feel like you want to get the finisher, but Necro may need to break it off for just a little bit to make sure he can maintain control of that upper YA. But he gets the frag anyway. Mass wanted to come in and see if he could possibly get it. Not so much. So we're nearing the halfway point, and Necro's just scraping by with the 1 frag lead. Oof. My god, he really is hitting just about everything. But 5 seconds to Mega, and that 1 rail may just be enough to keep him off his back completely. Yeah, currently rocking 54%. Mighty impressive on DM10. Yeah. I mean, he had rockets there. It's kind of an odd choice. But you can see that as soon as Mass picked up that yellow armor, he's like, okay, you need to be dead right now. You can't be walking around with armor.
He took no damage in that entire fight. Yeah.
So from a negative, you know, from a negative spot on the scoreboard, he's come up, you know, with a pretty decent lead here. And more important than the frags themselves is just the amount of just solid movement and control he's having right now. He's being very deterministic with all of his actions. But at some point, he's going to need to give up one of these yellows. It's going to be a fight over that lower one. Yeah, he's going to be too late on that. So now he's got to make it back over to Mega and make sure that, he's able to maintain control of it, and B, make sure he's not an easy target for Mass. And C, not forget it completely. As it looks like he might have just done... Yeah, that allowed that shot to happen. So still not a total loss for Necro there. But that's the first real amount of damage that we've seen Mass do in quite a long time. That said, he's still got a butt ton of armor, but now Mass is able to trade yellow for yellow, start to pick things up. So now the difference in stack is a lot less significant. Oh man, but that rocket drop? What was that about? Finally was a rail, but there we have it. It looks like Necro's collapsing back into a standardized set of movements here pretty easily. I mean, it was a good opening from Mass, but he didn't really follow up with all that much. Oh my god. Good switch up to shotgun there. That'll make it 6-on-2. Holy crap, we've only got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and from a huge frag deficit, Necro's really brought this back in, and this is the most damage he's taken in a long time. He's just been incredibly solid for like the past 5 minutes. Nice. So there's the first fight over the Mega that we've seen Mass be able to show up at for a while. But that frag was so clean. I mean, the LG was just so nasty that Necro might be able to take everything back here. But then again, we have kind of equivalent timing on both of these yellow armors, so there could be a trade here. Yeah, that's exactly what Mass was looking for. But Mass, instead of getting back up to the top of the map, tried to come back through the bottom. Kind of opened himself up to that fight. So again, Necro's just making a lot of really solid decisions here. But unfortunately for him, we've got a really split timing, or really equivalent timing between all of the armors and the Mega. And there's the first Mega that Mass has been able to get away with in a while. I mean, we have both yellow armors in the hands of Necro, but now he's just 80 and 60. Ooh, and these rockets are starting to hurt him a little bit more. But still, it's an 8-frag lead. I mean, he's very methodically put himself in a very good position here. He's burned off a lot of the clock as well. I mean, it's not a huge lead, but with only 2 minutes left, it's pretty astronomical. So taking a look at Mass here. But Necro's just like turned his EB on. Yeah. So just like a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, and he's still rocking like 47% on DM10, where the EB's really just like pot shots and long range damage from like one corridor. So yeah, that's pretty fucking impressive. So do you think he can mimic this sort of play in another map?
I'd say if Mass picks 5, he has a chance of losing. Otherwise, I think any other map he'll win.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, final minute, and it looks like this will close at DM10. And even though it turned into a shutout, it's just been one of the most fascinating shutouts in a while. Just solid decision making the whole way around. That just like not missing EB shots. Oh, and he really wanted that frag too. Just as like a going home present. No such luck. Now, I'll remind everybody that Mass still has the upper bracket advantage here, so Necro has to take 2 sets of best of 3 in order to take the tournament. That said, this is one hell of an impressive round against him. So there we go. 14 on, well, yeah, 14 on 1. There we go. And we'll see if DM5 is going to be the next one up. That sounds weird. Alright, but we got Mass picking up Plasma Gun and LG going straight back through the teleport in order to pick up some EB, but it's going to be a bit of a fight over that. My god, and a lot of damage coming from those grenades. And Mass is just going to be completely toasted just 2 seconds before items come up. Fortunately, he's got a spawn on the yellow armor. Not able to pick up the armor itself, but the Mega's going to be in his hands. Looping back around for that grab, but he's only got rockets and shotgun at the moment, which makes it difficult to fend off against that still god tier EB. You can see why he was so determined to get that away from Necro so early on, but he's down by 1 frag at the moment. Got 10 seconds before Red comes back up. There's not going to be a whole lot else to grab on the map until then, so Mass is just wondering where the fuck he needs to be. Like, he's not ready for this fight. He's got no armor. He's still got a little bit of that Mega left. But there's that Red finally. It's going to be traded off against that YA, but now, if he can manage to make these hits, he's got a much better chance. But look at what Necro's doing. He's playing out of, like, the corridor of disadvantage, making it kind of difficult for Mass to anticipate that, but be that as it may, he's still got a lot of solid shots in. He's able to come back around for yet another grab of his armor. And a good damn initial rocket pop, making that one-on-one now.
Timed very well as well.
Necro's being all sorts of loud. So just a minute and 30 seconds knocked off, but we're tied here one-on-one. Still fairly slow for like a DM5 match, but I feel that they're just feeling each other out at the moment. So red armor taken away by Mass, and he's also got Mega health to play with. And Necro is still being all sorts of loud. So yeah, come through that teleporter. Suck Red Blue, he actually came through the teleporter.
Oh, went through the hole.
And there will be Mass taking it back up 2-on-1, back through the teleport, not quite hitting the EB that it needed, but what is Necro doing? I've got rocket launcher. It's all I need. Jeez, and he almost pulled it together too. So out of the spawn, will this armor do him any good? Not so much against that plasma. 3-on-2 now.
Uh-oh.
Jeez. That'll tie it back up here. 3-on-3. Mass taking away EB off the spawn. He's got a good spawn on Red. Unfortunately, Red is the only thing on the map not up. So he's waiting for him out of the teleporter, but he forgot to pull the trick. That was weird. Did you see that? It's
Nope.
like, I've got the drop on you, I'm just not going to shoot you. Maybe he was like trying to switch to Gunblade or something. No. So that'll tie back up 4-on-4. Mass still down incredibly weak, but he's still able to pull off a beautiful EB shot. Still 7 seconds before Mega comes up. It's always awkward when your opponent like mistimes an item and shows up early, and then you take his place and you're still there early. You're like, oh, what the hell, man? You told me that this item was going to be here. You lied to me. But this still means like incredibly tight timing between all the items here. 5-on-5. Frag for frag. That's Mass going quiet now. Waiting for that LG. But yeah, that LG is going to give himself away. In fact, just looking over the ledge is going to give himself away. He's going to be taken on down. Couldn't even get the pickup for that 25 to keep him alive a little bit longer. So now down by a single frag. We'll see if he can turn it back around. Red armor now in the hands of Necro. It's going to be a big fight over this Mega, but my god, that rocket pop was amazing. I was hoping for a good follow-up there. He's still looking for it. He's weak, but he couldn't make that last rocket connect. Oh, I was believing in that last bit of Gunblade. So this is the widest spread we've seen in a long time. 2 frags up for Necro. And if he takes this one, it'll kind of reset the lives, and this will be the final best of 3. This is the difference right now between Mass having to win 2 maps and having to win 4. Yeah. So 2 frags between them. Not a whole lot of damage over the past 30 seconds. Man, they're going to be slamming into each other with those EBs. Still a lot of time before Mega comes up, but there's a good angle for Mass to be picking. As long as he can get over to Red. Unless he just wants to chill and take out this yellow. Sort of a tough decision for him right now, though. Not knowing exactly where Necro's set up. Alright, cool. More conservative choice, but can't fault him for that. But he needs to be hitting these EBs the way that Necro is. Yeah, Masses win 2 maps either way. I was saying retarded things. Get used to that.
Necro's actually only hitting 7%.
Yeah, but he's shooting way, way more. Masses is picking and choosing his shots a little bit more here. In fact, Necro's just like spamming all over the place while Masses is just like sitting in a corner all quiet and polite. And the moment that Mass decides to move out, he just ends up getting completely punished for it. Jeez, that's got to be nerve-wracking. He's going to be waiting up for this yellow armor. Going to be able to get that grab. But now, yeah, Necro knows exactly where he's at.
Oh.
There's the telefrag. 8 on 5 now. Mass on the spawn, looking to return the favor. Double tapping, triple tapping through the teleporter. Going back for the EB, but he's got nothing to pick up here. And ends up eating a little bit of grenade salad in the meantime. So at what point do we stop saying that Mass is being conservative, and at what point do we start saying that he looks stuck?
At this point, I think later. He's definitely playing well enough that he's not being careless. Keeping his spread as, he's trying to keep the spread as low as possible.
That said it is only 3 frags. That was a damn fine shot there. And that'll win him this red, which is a total of what, like 12 points of armor? I mean, right now a mega for Necro means a lot more than a red for Mass. Now, these are damn good rockets, but they're being traded now. Double tap through the teleporter, trying to get into that extra damage. Trapping him down at the yellow armor. Needs one more rail. There it is. But can he follow up with anything off of the spawn, or is he going to be gunbladed down, or even worse, plasma down? Whoa! Wow. Fuck. That's exactly what he needed. Now he needs that mega. Where's that mega? What? Oh no. Alright, so that's still 2 frags between them, but that really, you know, evens things up stack-wise. Unfortunately for him, there's no red to pick up there. But that rail will take that mega essentially out of the picture. Needed that hit though. Oof. You know, in terms of top tier DM5 play, this is like the slowest game I've seen. It's fascinating. 2 minutes left on the clock, 2 frags between them. Mass really needed to connect with that last little bit of rail. It's going to be a fight over this red, and it looks like Caution may be thrown to the wind just in order to grind out some damage. But now Mass needs to be a little bit more careful on his exit. When you really stick it out to like throw down rockets on somebody grabbing away red, by the time they escape and you come over the top, there's a few places they could be. So it's always a little bit dicey. There's that mega, and finally, this time Mass is going to get the pickup. And you can see that his enthusiasm is way higher now. But that's going to be cut down by a lot of these rockets. Got a little bit of token damage there himself, but not enough to really negate what Necro did to him. Just got to make these last few rails count. This last rail count. Yep, neither of them are going to happen. Got that rocket dunk, but he traded so much for it. Down 50 health, no armor, and only 1 minute left on the clock. He needed that rocket to be a lot more effective than it was. But even then, he's much more worried about the stack now than he is about doing damage. Good defensive maneuver there. Alright, but there's the 225s. They're going to be baited against. Not so much. And it looks like the yellow itself might be not quite safe. But again, he needs these hits. Where's the clutch hits when he had them before? Yeah, he didn't have anything to bring to that. So 30 seconds. Damn. That was incredibly tight.
Yeah, it was.
And with that last ride, that's the last cherry on the cake. But, man, that's going to reset the bracket. So we're back to square one, but now Necro has the chance of taking the series away. And his play over these last two matches has just been so deliberate and solid. I'm used to seeing, top tier play, mean that all the strings get cut loose, VTech kicks in, and it gets cranked up to 11. But this has just been, like, nice. Very impressive. Holy crap.
He did play very well. He does have a chance.
Now, I am kind of sad that you didn't pick 16. Alright, but here we go. What was the 14 that's in the pool?
16.
Alright. Alright, so Necro taking a lot of damage from that LG right off the bat. Still a lot of time before anything comes up, so he's just got to run, take away the 25s, and get some weapons. But he's not quite connecting his EB like he was. So he's able to take away this YA, but it's not going to do him a whole lot of good with only 8 health. So he tries to go silent, but that rocket from Mass is going to take him on down. And once again, he's left in a state where there's not a whole lot to pick up at weapons and try to be in the right place at the right time for an armor and or a mega. At this point, it's just going to be the armor, though. So he's working from a much less advantageous position than he was in the last round.
Well, he started pretty bad on the last time they played on your...
That's true. Then he just started hitting everything. We'll see if history repeats itself there.
I think once he gets control, if he's able to, it'll change pace quite fast.
Oh, yeah. And just like Mass and DM5, I mean, he's making it very difficult for Mass to kind of pick these fights and force more frags. He's keeping the scoreline very tight, even when he's not in control. It's going to be a big fight after this YA pickup. And going into a jump pad with your opponent having LG out is just sort of asking for it. I mean, I'm not one to promote rape culture, but that is asking for it. So 2 up for Mass here with the mega pickup and most of the YA, but there's one picked up by Necro. Can he make it happen with all this LG? Well, he could force his opponent to a corner and get that red, let the rocket dudes work. Such an awkward fight over that yellow armor. Neither of them picked it up when they wanted to. I'm not sure what that was all about.
I think Matt's only chance here is to really get some solid control and just keep a hold of it.
There's some decent rocket splash coming out of Necro, but he's playing with really dicey amount of health here.
Yeah, I really don't think you should be picking any of these fights, even if he has the advantage of stack.
Well, he's tied it back up now, and really good timing on that mega. He's able to take that with Matt still worrying about what he's grabbing off of the spawn. So now we're starting to see things slide more into Necro's side of things, at least as far as stack and control goes. We'll see which way the damage goes. Well, there's 2-on-1.
It's over.
Really? Calling it that early, huh? You
Yeah,
don't think Matt's
lost
learned
control.
anything from the last one?
Nah, he lost control already, and when he did have control, he was trying to get into fights, which I think is a bad idea. It's really, on this map, I think, the best play is to just keep very solid control, leave him with nothing, and just pick fights when the guy fights you in a good position. If you're in a bad position, don't fight him. And the frag spread doesn't matter. You don't need to get like 40 frags.
Unless you want to get an achievement or something. That's what Warsound needs right there. Hats and
Oh, might have them. Steamworks.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It actually does have achievements
I
of
mean,
sorts.
Quake Live has always had like pretty cool awards.
When they introduced the ranking in version 1, they added like little achievement things.
Now, I mean, now we're looking at 3-on-1, but that was a much more even-handed fight than we saw in the last round. Necro took a lot more damage there. So he's not exactly in full control here. I mean, he's going to need to... And that was the fight that actually Mass didn't need to pick. He needed to pick a fight on the Mega. Because either it was going to be he was going to win that fight and have like 20 health and then that Mega wasn't going to do much good anyway, or he was going to lose that fight and then Necro gets a free Mega. Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Jeez. It's almost halfway through, and it's only 4-on-1. It's not a huge score line, But still, Necro's just being very solid here. Nice rail coming out of Mass, though. Oof.
This is very, very good that he's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
He
Definitely
didn't get that
improvement over the last
green.
one. And I like what he's doing as far as, you know, being able to hit things this time around, but the timing of the shots isn't really doing him as much good because Necro's always in a state where he can pretty easily recover.
Or now he can get a trade. Delayed it long enough that,
Right.
well, he doesn't get it.
Oof. And Necro's able to route through and grab away both YAs
Yeah, he's
and
gonna get
Mega.
Mega too.
And yeah, Mass feels like he really needs to commit to that fight, and he's going to have a tough time backing out of it now. He's doing good defensive damage, though. Pops back through, actually, pushing forward with these rockets, but that last rocket really needed to connect. No such luck, though. That'll be 5-on-1 now.
Oh.
Oof. So we'll see if Mass can pick anything back up here. I mean, he's doing a lot more damage to Necro than he was before. And he's got to pick up with this Mega here. He's only got LG and Shotgun, though. Which means he's going to need to really close the distance. But it looks like Necro's going to bring that fight to him, but with these rockets, and they're just on target. The bounce to the nail pounding up against that wall there. This is not going to be a good way to start or end that fight for Mass. But still, it's a Mega that Necro doesn't have now. So there's still a window of opportunity before this next Mega comes up. Oh, peeking himself out for that rail really didn't do him any favors. Because now he cannot afford to risk, you know, jumping towards that Mega. Look at him double guessing himself there. That's just nasty. But even though Mass is doing, you know, objectively better, it's not really having all that much of an effect on the scoreline here. Still kind of falling into the place it was last time. With 3 minutes left on the clock. Nice. I mean, that's the sort of spam shots that Mass should be looking for. It's just that at unexpected times, Necro comes in and adds his own 2 cents to the pile. So Mass back down below. Having to back out of that fight a little bit more. He's looking a little bit antsy here. As they look over towards Mega, and, you know, he had to whiff in and then get out. Would have been nicer if he hit with that, but he's just not hitting with anything now. Jeez. So Necro's only hitting 30% this time around as far as rails go. Yeah, I think we might see a similar score to the last round.
What was that again?
He's only hitting 30% this time.
Ooh. Rocket to the face from across the map.
Yep. Alright, so 2 minutes left, and I think we may see Mass need to determine what the second map is going to be. I wouldn't mind seeing 16. It's a much larger map than the rest.
It would play very much like WM5.
I mean, on the same token, it's got a lot more open space, and do you really want to let Necro do what he's doing, you know, here with EB and a much more open space? Ugh.
Well, it actually has lots of doors and stuff blocking off parts of the map.
Right, right. I was just thinking about, like, the Mega Room. Jeez. There's a nasty fight. And finally, Mass knocks him over. But he knocks him over into a spawn on the Mega 3 seconds before Mega comes up. Just his luck. Oh, what? Oh. That's what I really like about the Gunblade. It's the, oh, you got a frag. Good for you, but it doesn't mean you got control. I mean, best case of this, you know, with a mutual frag like that is it's a bit of a reset. And then it's any man's game. A lot to appreciate there.
Yeah, it's definitely a gun you don't want to ignore.
It's a nice little bit of burst damage. I mean, compared to like the Quake 3 machine gun, which, you know, can fill that same role, but the whole time you're like wailing with your, you know, spreading pea shooter, your opponent's railing you.
Yeah, and another thing about the gunblade is the reload for the shot is very fast.
Yeah.
So after you get that 45 damage shot out, you can get a rail or a shotgun shot out
Yeah.
very quickly afterwards. Just like that.
Damn. But there we have it, 15-on-2. Very impressive score there for Necro. Mass has one more chance to stay in the ring. Otherwise, it's going to be Necro taking the tournament. Potentially final map if Necro can take this away the way he did last time they played, you know, just like 20 minutes ago. But here we go, Necro. Once again, we see a bit of a fight over the
Same
initial
start.
EB, but yeah, same start. But Necro actually got away with that fight a little bit cleaner than last time. And this time he's actually like letting him have that mega. Now, wasn't Necro actually like complaining about performance issues before?
He was, yes.
Complain about performance, still win the entire thing. Typical. Alright, so I'm keeping my eye on Necro here at the moment. Ooh, Mouse, don't hurt yourself, buddy. That's Necro's job.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. I mean, they're both hurting each other, but man, Necro's just biting in just when Mass wants the fight to end. So there's 2-0 there. I mean, this is still without Necro ever having like a really significant stack, but at about this point, we expect to see that happen. So we have a YA pickup and a full Mega pickup, and with a lot of time to get over towards red. And in the meantime, it looks like Necro's going to be looking for a fight, and he's going to find it right here on the bridge. Looks for that last little bit of damage with the gunblade, but he's going to get it with the EV and finish him off with the, wow, with the lightning. But man, that was just a ton of damage coming out of Mass as well, so there might have been that last little bit of frag with the rockets there, leaving Necro with only 4 health. I was wondering, what the hell do I do now? Well, pop through teleporter, get it over with. So that's still 3-on-1. Damn. So this isn't the incredibly tied game that we saw last time. Not
Nope.
this early.
Necro's looking a lot more aggressive.
Oh yeah. I think Necro's just a lot more confident about his ability to hit now. Jeez. Yeah, he's just really leveraging onto Mass face here. Yikes. Uh-oh. Gotta go back for the red. That's why I always make the simple items icons a little bit bigger. Makes me feel better about myself when I miss them. Jeez. So that's still 6-on-2. I mean, Mass is starting to finally do some damage here. I'm gonna go take a look at him, but yeah, Necro's aggression is just really bearing out a lot of this.
Similar stack. Both players have 100, 100.
And there's the Mega
Oh,
taken
that
away by
more.
Mass, and immediately right after that, a pair of rails. Jeez, armor? What armor? Mass still has a little bit of that Mega left over, which means he can actually start to use that to go put some pressure on the red, but man, he wants to put some more pressure on Necro right now. Now that makes this whole play a lot more dangerous. Oof. Down 9 health. Mass is looking for this Mega now, still 4 seconds away from it. It's going to be a trade between that and the red. Maybe. I mean, yeah, he's totally expecting Necro to be on top of him as well. And that Mega, you know, that's got him back up to 100. That's cool, but it's not exactly much of a bonus. Nice.
Wow.
But the fact that it was traded was even more amazing. That was such a high-speed lateral rail. They both connected. That was actually an important hit for Mouse. He needed to hit that one. Now he doesn't really have a way to enter in on that Mega. And there's still way too much time before that red comes up. So yeah, this is going to be pretty much just a burn him as much as you can fight. It's actually not a bad spawn, though. But still, he's 5 frags down, 6 minutes left on the clock, and Mass is turning into a crate. Now, that was a good fight for him to be picking that quarter before. He didn't need to be picking it twice. Like, he did enough damage that he could justify, like, showing up on an item. He just chose the wrong one. Nicely done with that LG, though. But be that as it may, Necro's still, you know, well over 100 health and with 100 armor. Got to take away this red. Oh, man. That rocket dodge. And Necro's just, you know, drawing the line in the sand now. Just completely denying Mass from entering on that side of the map. Oh man, and that could have potentially been an item trade if Mass hadn't died there. Jeez. My god. So that'll be 11 on 2 now. And I think we're going to start to see at this point the wind going out of Mass sails. It's about time for that, I think. What do you think?
Yep.
There's always that point in the night. Not like Necro cares that much. I mean, he's still hitting incredibly solid, but again, a lot of spam as well. 53% EB? Bullshit. Wow.
He's just hitting the most insane shots.
Still only 8% grenade launcher, but man, it's always significant when it does hit.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
That's a quote from Low, actually.
He spelled business wrong, though. Ah, jeez. Just making the Mega Room his home now. But man, on one hand, it's usually like disheartening to see like the guy sitting up in the upper bracket kind of, you know, lose his extra life like that. But I gotta hand it to Necro. He's just playing incredibly solid. He's playing really differently than you know, we've seen him play against other people as well. He's a little bit more manic against some of the other opponents, yourself included there.
What do you mean by manic?
A little bit more active. Like here, he's moving a little bit less, but he's just kind of, you know, defending whatever item he wants a lot more. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, seems like he's actually focusing more on the game than he does versus other opponents.
Going all sneaky style. Picking up the strong EB ammo.
Technically just normal EB ammo.
Yeah, I know. It's just kind of funny because the way a lot of these maps were originally designed, like some of the ammo was in kind of a weird spot just because it was stronger.
Yep.
And so now, like, the reason for, like, rocket ammo to be, like, on this ledge in the corner of the main atrium and that EB ammo to be there, it's, like,
it
a little
never
bit weirder
gets touched. The rocket ammo, it actually never gets it.
Exactly,
It did at first for a little bit. Now no one goes there.
Right. Like, if it was, like, Quake World DM6 and it was the only ammo in the map, then sure, whatever. But no, it's not like that. So it means that some maps have some, like, weird redundancies that don't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't really, like, negatively impact things. It's just a little bit amusing.
Well, I think it's really just this map. All the other maps seem to work fairly well.
Yeah.
Like WM2, for example, the LG ammo and all that.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody plays DM1 anymore. One flew over. That was, like, the map for a long time.
Yeah, now no one plays it. Unless you get someone very old coming in. They'll be like, oh, I want to play this.
Why is it all shitty now? Because nobody plays it. Just hasn't gotten any love. But man, 15 on 1. Yeah, Mass is just checked out, I think.
Well, no, he still has a chance, I think.
Okay. Alright, Joe Rogan. want to toss this out there, like, the Warsaw plasma sound, best plasma sound ever. Well, okay, I really like the Doom plasma gun as well. And the Doom 3 plasma gun is also pretty cool. I think I just like plasma gun sounds, that's what I'm saying. That's so nice and wet and plunky all at the same time. It's just a good mix. Alright, but man, I think we can call it at this point.
Wow.
But there we have it, final 5 seconds. It's going to be 16, maybe 17 on 1. Necro versus Mouse, taking him down undefeated in 2 best-of-3 series. Holy crap. Worm Skull, that's Hyper Blaster. That's not Plasma. That's totally different. But, man, seriously, friggin' good games.